It's Kitchen Courses with Kate and Eric.
Hi, Eric.
Hi, Kate.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing well.
I'm super happy that it's sweater weather.
It is sweater weather. Okay.
What are we drinking? To warm us up?
So we have made a spiced Manhattan. Well, I'm sorry. We've made a spiced vermouth in order to make a spiced Manhattan, which I'm really excited about because I think when the weather gets cold outside, I get drawn towards more of the darker liquors like bourbon or whiskey. Do you like bourbon or whiskey?
I do.
Yeah. Which one do you like better?
Probably whiskey.
Okay. What are we're using a
bourbon whiskey.
We're using a bourbon whiskey today. And to be honest, so I actually was invited to a bourbon tasting last year and went out and actually bought this one at Costco. So we'll see how it tastes in the Manhattan. So you're going to explain, so this is actually the spiced vermouth, which is in a very fun decanter. But for the spiced vermouth, we used about 1.5 cups, so just kind of a smaller bottle of sweet vermouth. We put that in with 3 allspice kind of seeds, 5 cloves, 2 cinnamon sticks, and some orange peel, right? And then we brought it almost up to a boil, so you don't want it to boil because you don't want all the yummy alcohol to evaporate. But you want to bring it up almost to a boil and then shut it off and let it kind of steep like tea.
For an hour.
Yeah, we did it for an hour. Yep, and then we just strained it off.
And then it had a little oily look to it from the aromatics in the orange peel.
Yes, very good. Yeah.
I know things.
Yeah, so if it looked a little oily, and yeah, Eric took a shot of it to show that that's totally fine. It is the oils from the orange peel that have released. So, are you ready to make the Manhattan?
I'm always ready to make a drink.
Okay. So the Manhattan is kind of a very classic, it's a classic drink. You can actually use a number of different liquors. We're going to use this bourbon whiskey. You can do bourbon, you can do cognac. I saw a recipe with cognac. You can do whiskey, but we're going to use this bourbon whiskey. So it's going to be, we're using the bourbon whiskey, we're doing sweet vermouth, we're doing some bitters, and then maraschino cherries are traditional in a Manhattan as well. The maraschino cherries that I'm using today are actually from a local distillery here that picks their own cherries up in Door County, and then
Is that why they're
soaked.
not artificially red?
It is why it's why they're not artificially red. So these are Old Sugar Distillery maraschino cherries that we're going to add at the end to our glasses. Okay, so you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. So for each Manhattan, you're going to do 2 ounces of we're going to use the bourbon whiskey. So I'm being generous and I'm spilling on your beautiful new counters. They're gorgeous. Yes, we're in Eric and Will's new kitchen and it's so beautiful. I can't even get over it. Okay. 1.5 of the sweet vermouth. So 1 per drink. Because I'm going to do about 4 per drink. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I don't have any ice in here. I just put it in the shaker because I just wanted to be able to kind of blend it. So we're going to actually serve these. You can serve these either if you were doing a martini, if you wanted to serve the Manhattan kind of straight up, you could shake it with some ice. We're going to do it kind of on the rocks. So we're going to pour it over these beautiful ice cubes. Here we go.
Ooh, it's a lovely golden color.
It is a lovely golden color.
It's almost like it has orange in it.
It is almost like it has orange in it. So there's the 2 drinks. How lovely is that? And then you could use a toothpick and kind of skewer the cherries. I'm just gonna set them on top, and they're gonna sink to the bottom. They're gonna be a nice treat. Nice treat at the end. I'm gonna do 2 per glass. Cheers. Oh, that's nice.
Better.
The sweet vermouth gives you some of the undertones and the notes of the spices, but in terms of having the spiced Manhattan, it's a little bit warm. I would say warmer in flavor than a regular Manhattan, but it's just a hint. So it's just a little extra step to add that depth of flavor to your sweet vermouth before you use it in your Manhattan. But I love a good Manhattan.
I like a good drink.
Chin chin.
Thanks, Kate.
Thanks, Eric.